Hello everybody, this is Khashir. Welcome to part 1 of Offline Dictionary with Python. So the purpose of this tutorial is to make a dictionary which is work offline. So instead of using some sort of API or for example a Google API for translating any word, instead we are using JSON data file. And also it's kind of, instead of translating to your primary language or mother tongue, so it's just give you the definition of the word. So for example, for people who English language is not their primary language like me, it's kind of better to have this sort of dictionary up and running most of the time when I'm looking for a word, instead of using a translator to translate to my mother tongue. So for learning purposes, I think it's better to have this sort of dictionary which gives you the definition of a word or whatever you're looking for. So for that, before you start to watch this tutorial, I link the file in the description for data.json file. You have to download that file and put it in the same directory which you are going to write your code. So I assume you can pause the video and download it, and after you just continue. So first of all, we need to work with JSON file, and if you don't know, JSON file are developed with JavaScript for JavaScript language for primary use for transmitting data between server and web application. So it's JSON means JavaScript object notation. So, but now it's not restricted to JavaScript. Most of the language they can use JSON file as a like standard format for data transmit. And because of that, we can use standard library in Python called JSON to handle the JSON file. So first thing to do is import that library. We import JSON file, and second one, we need to use create data from that JSON file, which means we need to load the JSON file into our program so we can have access to it. So to do that, we can create a variable called data, and we here JSON.load open, and the name of the file here is data.json. All right. And when we run the program, we shouldn't have any problem. So here my program is p-d, so all right, I don't have a problem. Now, then let me show you how it looks when we open that data file. So I go to my Python, and here I do the same thing, import JSON and data equal JSON.load, and open the file here, which is data.json. All right, and when I print the data, just take a look at it. It's thousands of lines, and it's a lot of words in it. All right, and when you take a look, for example, and JSON file, when you use it with Python, actually it's some sort of dictionary with key and values, and that's exactly what we need for our dictionary. Okay. So now let's check how we can, let's see how we can check the word in our data. First of all, for example, let's create a variable and take an input from the user. Let's say word equal input, enter your word, right? And here we can loop through our data, which is just simple dictionary now. So we can say for key value in data.items if word equal key, right? Then print value, something like that, correct? And we shall see. Let's save the program and try to run it here. The word, what we can have, let's say stone, or no, let's say ice or something. Ice, right? The dense substance formed by freezing of water and blah blah blah. All right, then we have our definition. So this can be this is kind of very easy, but we have to like develop this program a little more. So we need to have a little bit more smarter program, because for example, let's say for example, enter your word, we say ice, nothing. Or for example, let's say enter your word, let's say eyes and one space, again nothing. So we need to take care of this stuff, right? But before that, let's develop something that shows more than one value, because for example, I don't know if it was ice that had more definition, or yeah, I think oh, it's actually have, yeah, maybe, or for example, let's say water. Yeah, these have more meanings, more definition. So maybe we just, sometimes we need to have the first definition, or we need to ask the user, okay, do you want to see the more definitions or just the first one, so we can have more interactive program. And also another thing is we need to have this conversation between user and dictionary up and running. So not every time he have to run and get one word and let's say hello, and it just show the meaning and go out. So the thing we can do is we can make a while loop here, say running equal true, and while running, then you can ask for a word and go search for the meaning or definition. Okay, so the process is kind of simple. First, we import the JSON module to handle the JSON file, and after we will have a data pack here from the data JSON, which is some sort of somehow look like very similar to Python dictionary. And after we will have the switcher, or and we ask for a word, and here we loop through the dictionary to find a match. So let's try it now. Let's save it and enter your word. Let's say rain. We have a definition here, and for ice, for example, we have a definition. And when I make this command line a little bit bigger, it's better. For example, sun, or even solar system. So it's up and running, but we need to take care of a couple of things, and one of them is how to handle the mistakes, like enter a mistake from the user, like this, and how we can handle the space, like eyes with the space, for example, and how we can manage to show more readable answers to the user. So this stuff we are going to fix in next tutorial. So that would be it. If you like my tutorials, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I see you in next tutorial.